thank you for watching. Our next guest has brought from Jamaica the flavor and the nostalgia of Jamaican patty. He's the founder of the Real Patty Company, and he's here to tell us his story, his love for food and for people. Please help me welcome Nicholas Simon.
Hello, how you doing?
Good to have you. Good to have you.
Thanks for having me, man. I really appreciate it. This is really great.
Excited to have you here to tell your story, and I hope you're excited as well, because at the end of the video we are going to have a surprise for you. So stick around. Alright, so talk to me. Who is Nick?
Nick is me.
Right?
Honestly, for me, the journey's been fun. You know, I had a really good time. It really comes down to the people who taught me along the way. You know,
Nice.
so like my mom, my dad are kind of the core of who I am. My mom's an entrepreneur. My dad's an aviation engineer.
Okay.
And so, you know, my dad is the brains, and my mom is the go-getter, kind of like never satisfied with the simple, right?
The two building blocks.
Yeah.
Nice. Now, where are you from?
I'm from North Delta.
Okay.
My family's from Trinidad.
Oh, Trinidad.
Yeah, so we have a Trini background, but yeah, I'm from North Delta. I'm Canadian. I can't go to Trinidad and act like I'm from there. You know, they'd be like, Yankee boy that. You know, so I'm not trying to. Like, I love Trinidad, and that's my roots, but I'm from here.
Grew up here. What was it like growing up? What was your childhood like?
It was interesting. Being the black guy, right? Like my brother and I were like amongst a couple black people in our school, and so there was always this like attention. There's always this like we were like the cool ones. My brother liked that. He was kind of the outgoing, loud one, and he loved the attention. I was the one who wanted to read a book and just be left alone, right? So it was interesting how people would think we were cool or want to be down with us just because we were the black guys. You know, we were the ones who could dance. We were the ones who dressed like Criss Cross. You know, and looking back, I had a problem with it because I didn't really fit in with like the white friends, but then my black friends who were like from traditional black areas saw me as being a bit more white. So I was kind of like this middle thing, and I didn't really know, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so when I was younger, that was a little tricky for me. I had to overcome that. Yeah.
All right, so you survived it. I can see that.
I made it.
All right, so what happened then? Okay.
From a young age, my first job was a cook, but always restaurants when I was 14. Also, my mom, she's food production, so we did catering and food festivals and all that stuff. The Caribbean Festival, she's one of the people who helped start it, the one in North Van. So food's always been a big part. So it was kitchen, and then it was bartending, and then I naturally transitioned into nightlife jobs as a sales rep.
Oh, nice.
Back then, my definition of success was really having my own time, right? No schedule, no desk to be by at 9 a.m. in the morning,
right?
And be able to socialize and people, because I've always loved people,
right?
So I started off working with Rockstar Energy Drink when I was in college. They hired me full-time as an intern, and then I got to work with Coca-Cola.
Nice.
And then we went over to Pepsi distribution, and I got to work with Pepsi. So seeing those two, that's really where I learned how to sell, just watching how Coke did it versus how Pepsi did it. I was pretty much the liaison for Rockstar with Coca-Cola. So I would go in and get new accounts. I'd create the campaigns. I would do ride-alongs with the reps. Really learn the territory. And so it really taught me the game of how to sell, you know, to independents versus, let's say, on Foods versus a gas station.
How long did you do this for?
9 years.
9.
All together with the internship and as a sales rep. So it's interesting because the same guys I was selling to before, I was going back and like, hey, now I'm selling Rockstar. Oh, now I'm selling tobacco. Oh, now I'm selling rum. Right? But they're the same guys. So I was able to build a real great following.
Nice.
I met some really strong people and very great good connections. But it was a young man's job, right? It's a very like party job. Lots of like Tuesday nights out to celebrate the Republic's 3-year anniversary, you know? Yeah. And so it was tough with friends because a lot of my friends had careers and they're like, I gotta work, you know? So yeah, definitely something I had an expiration date on it.
Yeah.
I was able to grow a lot there. And then from there, my wife and I, we started a magazine company called Bread Magazine. Okay. So it was the voice of the hospitality industry. We got bartenders, servers, cooks, managers, anybody from the industry to write articles, which we then would put into the magazine online and a physical copy. as we got more sophisticated with it, we became kind of like really connected to the industry. So a bunch of brands were like, hey, we want you to execute things for us, like help us with stuff. So that ended up taking over the magazine. That lasted just about a year, and then my wife got pregnant. We partnered with a friends agency and continued with our agency. We did that for just about a year, and then it was like, hey, even that was too much because she was pregnant, so she was going to take a step back. So that's when I got a job with Summer Fresh. And so Summer Fresh is a great company. The owner, Susan Mikowski, she started in her kitchen. They do hummus, dips, salads, across Canada. So I've always had this thing where I'm able to like connect with like powerful women who can motivate me, and like meeting. I guess that's foundation for my mom, because meeting Susan was a blessing, and everyone in the company, mostly women who are running the company, and it's such a great company. So that was really fundamental for me to learn about, because I learned about all the foundational things about being in the store and how to sell. Because this is about how to run a company at that level. Meanwhile, the one thing I'll add in that is all this time, my mom's food company I've been helping her with, right? So my mom's got a food company where she has sauces, and so jerk sauce, coconut curry sauce, a new product called Rolly, which is like a vegan pastry roll. And she's worked with Overweighty, Sustainable Foods, Bilo Nesters for ages. She's really good friends with that company that supported us. So with my mom's company, I was able to, all these experiences I have, to infuse knowledge along the way into them, right? So rewinding a quick year, we during the pandemic, I had to take a pay cut at Summer Fresh because everybody, COVID just hit everybody hard. And my wife, she's a gym in our home, and she had to shut the gym down. So we were like, okay, we got to make up some money here, right? So we decided, we're like, well, we should sell patties, because people are always asking for them. And my mom always made patties growing up.
Right.
Yeah. So I just posted on my Facebook wall, I'm like, hey, we're going to do Jamaican patties. If you want some, let me know, right? Yeah. And we got 216 dozen orders.
What?
Yeah. From my Facebook wall, right?
What?
Yeah, so I was just like, okay, people want patties. Like, there's not enough patties. So we started selling it through Facebook for a few months, and it was making on the weekends, once a month, make 2,000 patties, freeze them, sell them. Then it became twice a month, 3 times a month, 4 times a month.
Nice.
And now we're at a point, in December we launched our website, and so now we have delivery between West Van to Abbotsford next day. We partnered with a company called Rocket Ship, who does our delivery for us. Yeah, now we're at a point where we're ready to...
What is a patty, by the way?
Oh yes, that's a good question. So a patty, a Jamaican patty, is a pastry that's usually moon-shaped, that's filled with seasoned beef or vegetables. So it's from Jamaica. Really, if you look at most countries like Jamaica, where immigrants have come from, there's always a poor man's food. Patty's a poor man's food. Jamaican patty, it's super versatile because it's a meal, it's a snack.
Yeah.
It's usually pre-baked and then frozen. That's how we do it with our company. So it's really convenient, right? So you have a really quick, convenient meal just by putting it in the toaster. And it's really funny. I'll tell you a really quick story about patties. Just real quick.
Yeah.
So growing up, we used to go to the patty shop, and it was a treat. You know, we get these dozen patties, and my mom would be like, don't eat those patties. So that's going to last however time she determined. 2 weeks, 3 weeks, whatever. So you'd have one a day sometimes, one every 2 days, right? And it would be rationed. So I'd get that patty, and sometimes I'd be playing video games, and I smelled I'm like, oh gosh, the patty burning. Right? So you go and you run to the patty, you look in the oven, you're like, no, it burns. And so but you can't get another one, right? Because it's rationed.
Yeah.
So you scrape off the burn, you just do your best to eat the patty, you know? Yeah. And so I got to a point where I would just watch the patty in the toaster oven and wait for it to be done so it wouldn't burn.
Yeah.
So now, it's funny that I own a patty company because I cook the patties the same way. When we make the patties, we have the big rotisserie oven, we're doing 300, and and like, we have a timer, I know, I just gotta, it's just wired in me now to like worry about patties.
Of course, God make it burn.
You can't let it burn, man. So it's very rare, precious thing.
Of course. Let's talk about flavors. Are different, how do you say it? Do you call them flavor?
Yeah, we call them flavors, yeah.
All right, what kind of flavor do you do?
Okay, so so we're the Real Patty Co., right? Mm-hmm. So the real patties are beef patties. So we have spicy and mild. Yeah. We have curry chicken. We have curry veg, and we have vegan. Those are our core 5 flavors. We are going to soon be doing patties of the month in different flavors. A jackfruit patty and some dessert patties. But those are the core 5.
So it's an order thing?
Yeah.
Overnight, to overnight delivery. How many, can you buy one? How do you sell it?
No, yeah, you have to buy it in 5s.
Pack of 5.
Yeah, but so a lot of people mix and match the flavors. So like I think 15 patties would be like our standard order, 3 bags. So you'll see like a spicy beef, a chicken, and a veg. Or like a mild beef, a chicken, and a veg. The chicken's kind of the standard one. And the chicken is like, I gotta say, it's really good.
Yeah.
It's my mom's recipe, so I'm not trying to brag, but...
I'm gonna challenge you.
Okay.
You said they are Jamaican patties.
Yeah.
Where are the ingredients from?
Well, the key ingredient, the most important ingredient in a patty is the Scotch bonnet pepper, and that's from Jamaica.
Ah.
Yeah. Because if you look at a patty, I call it the trinity of flavors. My wife's gonna laugh at me because when I talk about this, I really get excited. I love cooking, right? So the trinity of flavor for a patty is green onions, cilantro, and Scotch bonnet peppers. The Scotch bonnet peppers have to be from Jamaica. They just do. So you can get them from all over the world, or you can grow them yourself here, but we buy ours from Jamaica.
The way you market your business, your patty.
Yeah.
I see you're using a lot of pop culture style.
Yeah.
How important is that to the business?
Well, it's really a reflection of us. We're very influenced by music and by the culture and feel. And the 90s that's my time, right? That's my wife as well. So we really wanted to reflect us in the patty and in the company. That's what this is about. It's that feel in the 90s that we had that the patties is really still wrapped up in, right? So to me, it's just the approach so that it's kind of like if you were to come to my house and I was going to feed you food, you'd be hearing that, and you'd feel that. So I want, when the bag comes, I want you to feel that. When you see the market, I want you to feel that because you're feeling us, you're feeling me. Yeah.
Now, if someone wants some patty, how can they get some patty from you?
So our website is the best way to get it. So our website is eattherealpatty.com. And you order right from there. So you fill your cart with the patties you want, and you choose whether you want delivery or pickup. Yes. So we have a couple pickup locations. We're going to have a bunch more soon. But right now we have 2, one in Cloverdale, one on Scott Road and 64th, and Natural Focus Grocery Store. So that's the best way. And then we have Camp Bear Company out in Langley. They're selling them on their patios. Very soon we're going to have a bunch more.
Congrats, man.
Thank you.
Nice. All right, so we know how it all started.
Yeah.
Demand and your experiences in working with businesses, sales, understanding customers and all of that. Were you thinking of becoming an entrepreneur or just drop in your lap?
No, I knew I'd be one. My mom was one, and I was the one who was always in the kitchen with her. I was the one who would always go to the festivals with her. I was the one who organized the booth to make sure it ran properly. To me, it was just a matter of time.
You said you advertise on your social page, and boom, hundreds of orders. Yeah. And then they said, okay, I got something here.
Yeah.
That's a nice way of, to know, should I go into this business or not? Yeah. What I want you to talk about quickly is, what advice do you have for people who are thinking of starting businesses? And who is it for? What do you say?
Definitely not for the faint of heart, because it's nerve-wracking and it can be frustrating, but it can be also really rewarding. So it's for somebody who's looking for the challenge, but it's also open to overcome challenges. Your biggest enemy is yourself, and you're going to say, oh, what if this and what if that, and worry about this and worry about that. You need to find things that can help you cope with it, whether it be talking to a therapist or talking to someone or mentors, people who can tell you about that time they were at that time that you're dealing with right at that point that you're dealing with right now, because there's so many people who've done it right now, especially with COVID. It's a good chance to reset, right? There's supports from the government. There's everybody's kind of at a low in some ways, right? So this is a good time to look inside yourself and say, am I really happy with what I'm doing? Some people, a job is just a means to be able to come home, be with their family, take vacations. Some of the people are looking for more. So I'd say if you feel like you're looking for more and you need more, definitely
a business is the way to go.
I think so, yeah. Lots of opportunity.
What would you say is the most rewarding thing you have done, or what stood out most to you in your business, the party company, or anything else you have done?
It have to be the people. So like in every stage of the way, I've done what I can to help who I can. So whatever, when I was at Bacardi, many people from the community asked me to sponsor their events. When I always could. If I could, I would. And when I was at Rockstar, I created an internship program so that people could get experience working with Coke and then working with Pepsi. A lot of the people who I brought out to that are now sales reps or sales managers now. Nice. So it's always been for me about where does my position, how can that help those around me? And again, the people, like, just watching the people from our community do that. Like my mom's a connector. She like so much stuff she does is about bringing this to these people and this to these people. And so to me, I think that's the most rewarding thing, looking back and being like, I helped build that. But like how I feel is success is defined in seasons, right? So the seasons have changed for me.
Yes.
Which my season has changed now, where I look back and I'm happy about that, but I want more. I want to do more. So like my definition of success for this season is to enjoy the life I'm living, right? So you're seeing that there's no money, there's no, oh, this business is doing well, there's no career goals. It's really to enjoy life, right?
Is there any other ways you have been helping people than what you have talked about? Are you part of any? How are you helping the community?
Like you look at what Canada is and what we're doing in Canada.
All right.
Right?
Yeah.
I really like what the government's trying to do with the Black community in Canada. All the programs for Black entrepreneurs and to look at the problem that Black Canadians face. And I think it's the right move. But I question what's our end goal, right? Yes. So if you look, you'll see. I think you need to start at the end and engineer the solution back. To me, Canada is full of immigrants. Like, no matter what your background is, whether you're from Scotland or Africa, you're an immigrant. None of us are from here, right? And immigrants have a different mentality. Immigrants leave a place that with their family, where their roots are, and they go somewhere new to start fresh for better opportunities. So there's a hustle there, there's a grind there. And if you look at the communities in Surrey, look at communities in Richmond, so like the East Indian community in Surrey, you can drive through and find mall after mall of all these East Indian entrepreneurs. Right. And the whole mall is all East Indian businesses, and East Indians support the businesses, and it's wild to think about it, because 2 generations ago, probably most of the people weren't even here, right? And now they've created this ecosystem that's so strong and vibrant. Same thing as in Richmond with a lot of the Asian communities. So I look at that and it's like, that's a bad thing, that's a good thing. But I think the questions we need to start asking is, what does the Canada that we want look like? Because we end up just siloing amongst ourselves. Mm-hmm. So where's the plan to integrate us? How do we get the Asian community, the East Indian community, the Black community to work together? What impetus do we have for people to break out of their cultural window, right? And so really to bring it back to my purpose, is the reason why I love food is because food's the only thing that we have that we share cross-culturally, yes. Right? Food and entertainment, right? So if you look at a festival, you can look at the Caribbean Days Festival, and not everybody from there is Caribbean. You can go to the Chinese New Year Festival, and you'll find all kinds of people there. So I feel like if we can embrace food in a way as a connector, then maybe it kind of brings some of the ignorance down. Mm-hmm. Right? So if I know your culture, I know how you celebrate Christmas, I know what you eat, I feel like I know you a little bit. So now it's not so intimidating. Because we know racism, all of it is just ignorance. It's just I don't understand or know you, right? Exactly. And so what I think of you is this, but the little bit of cracks of light we can bring in will help us come together. I'll be able to find opportunities. I'll be able to find the ways I can help the community, the Black community, the community which I live in North Delta, BC community, Lower Mainland. I'll be able to help along the way and find the causes that can really, impact. And that can create one community. Exactly. Because that is what we want. Isn't it? Yes. Right? And have we asked that? So it would come down to what questions are we asking, right? Yes. And I think that's the change we need. Yes. We need to figure out the questions so then we can find the answers. Well said. Going back to your business, what kind of support are you looking for? Are you looking for partnership, investors, people to just come and
try your patties?
All the above. Yeah. So strategic partnerships are key. So you'll notice with the patties over the next while, we're gonna have all kinds of different really cool partnerships. Quite a few patty companies in the Lower Mainland. So in noticing that, I reached out to Elbow Patties, and he Auntie, his nickname is, he put a post about all of us coming together, just the community. And I said, we should come together as patty manufacturers. Let's do a patty expo.
Yes.
So let's do a little mini festival, kind of like a little farmers market, where all the patty manufacturers from Lower Mainland, we all come together and we all offer our patties. Because what that does, it raises the awareness of patties for all of us, right? So whether people buy from me, from you, it doesn't matter. We all have the same challenge, is that the majority of people out there don't know patties, right? We have some really good partnerships with food trucks. The food truck, we're gonna have a food truck very soon.
Nice.
That we're leasing. We're doing a really cool program with like an ice cream truck, food truck, where we're gonna be driving around, playing 90s hip hop and R&B. We'll post the route, and then people who are working from home, we'll let them know, hey, we'll be in this area. Oh, I live in that street. Okay, we'll stop and we'll sell you a patty, right?
Yes.
So we have
that sounds cool.
Yeah, so we have a lot of fun little campaigns, but all of those things that we're doing, there'll be partners with us who we can help along the way.
Love what you're doing, man. Love it. And of course, I said I have a surprise for you.
Yep.
Do you want to tell them what that is?
Yes. We're going to give away 5 bags of patties to 5 viewers.
5 lucky winners.
I'll even throw in some sauce. We have the jerk ranch and we have the curry mango sauce. So you also can get one of those sauces. It'll be a surprise as well.
Yeah.
So what do you got to do to win?
Tell us what's your favorite flavor of patty and who do you like to share some with?
You should also mention it in the comment if you like a vegan or you want veggie, you want chicken, you want beef. Just like mention that.
Yes, of course.
Yeah.
I want to give you what you like.
Yeah.
Of course. Yeah.
Keep people happy.
Yes. Again, like, subscribe, and thanks for watching. See you next time. Bye-bye.
Hi, I'm Nicholas, the founder of the Real Patty Company. Come down, try our patties, and let us know what you think. Hi, I'm Nicholas.
And I'm Robbie.
And you're watching Profile.
Brought to you by Leighnibor Academy.